Oh, you got to say it again.
Proper Ebonics. Yo,
we're in
man.
the we're in the building. Proper
We're in the
Ebonics.
building. We're in the building early today. Usually we do it like I won't disclose the time, 11 a.m. We're out here 10 a.m. an hour early. Oh my
Yeah,
god, bro. Damn. I haven't seen you in about 2 weeks, man. How you been?
I've been good, man. I've been all right. I've been in the streets, man, getting my comedy game on, man. Trying
I've,
to
I've been seeing you. I've been seeing photos of you in the streets. I'm like, damn, photogenic proof that he is out in these streets.
I am on the mission. Like I'm on a mission. I mean, I just want to be the best comedian in the world, man. And I feel like I need to. I don't know, man. I get on this. Tell me if you feel this way. I'm not going to say tell me if I'm wrong because I know that I'm right. But I
Okay.
want you to
I
tell
like
me
that
if you
attitude. All right.
tell me if you feel this way. It's
Okay.
just like I gotta get better. Like I killed that show, but I gotta get better. Like I gotta extend this joke. I gotta find a better punchline. Like I just on a mission right now just to get better, yo.
Mm.
And people like my girl be like, you can relax. I'm like, no, there's no relaxing. Like
Mm.
I'm not the biggest thing smoking. Like it's no relaxing. You know what I mean? Like
I'm not the biggest thing smoking. I can't relax. That's a bumper sticker right there. I did create a vision board. I feel ridiculous saying that loud. I created a vision board for
no. Look,
2022.
before you said you created this, I want to create one too. So
Yeah,
you're not ridiculous. Yeah.
I am. I am. No, no, my dip. She wanted to create a vision board on New Year, and I was like, yeah, I'll create one. So now, like when you open my closet, inside of it is a vision board of things that I want from 2022, and one of them is advanced work when it comes to stand up. I'm yeah, I think we have different outlooks. Like I'm not necessarily want to be the best in the world, but I want to be able to advance
Yeah.
for myself. Like it would be, it opens opportunities and all that stuff. But I like the idea of like stand up being something that I'm good at, and to be able to like be better at that would be fulfilling. But who knows what that could lead to as well. And in terms of you, you should have that. You should have that because you could. I don't know. I feel like you have the mentality when it comes to stand up. Like we're gonna see you on HBO Max and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's the plan. Like I don't know, man. I'm in a so I get I don't know if I'm too early with this, but I constantly I don't know. Like I wish I could just like talk to every single comedian in the world just
That's
to see like
overwhelming. Don't wish
this
that.
is just to see what they're doing. But I know you shouldn't like compare yourself to other people. But I'm like I just want to crank out like right now I'm on this thing about just cranking out new jokes. Like I want to like I can do a 15-minute set right now that has no jokes pre-pandemic. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like it's kill. Like and I want to be able to like do that like every year. Like I want to be able to because I know so this is what I've realized. Being in New York, not getting paid almost anything for most of the shows that I do, compared to being in Pennsylvania where I'm getting if I do a show in PA or anywhere else, I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
So I don't have the wiggle room to be playing around trying to work on jokes like I would like to. I gotta go in there, be super funny for the allotted amount of time and get paid because they're paying me to do that. But like in New York, it's giving me the opportunity to be like, I'm getting $8 for the show, bro. Like
$8 really?
I'm a
People
I
are
got an $8
actually
Venmo.
at that point. I'd be like, just $8 really? That's what they're giving
I
out.
got an $8 vent. But listen, this is the thing. Hear me out, Kirk.
A little
It
disrespectful.
wasn't even like it's set the game in Europe is set up like where sometimes you don't even discuss pay. It's like yo, you want to because there's so many comedians. If you be like, no, you're just not gonna be on. You're not gonna be working.
Oh,
But it's all you got to. You I got an $8 Venmo, bro.
is it like a sentimental $8 though? Like like people do with like their comedy money, like put it in a shoebox.
The $8. It's the second time I did the show, right? The $8 is $8 more than the first time I did the show.
Right.
So it's like that's the game. It's like there's hundreds of comedians. You got to take that spot, kill that spot, get some followers. Other comedians that have shows will see you, and it's just a revolving. So if I'm like, yo, I'm not doing that show for $8. then I'm just at home while somebody else is taking the opportunity and doing what they need to do and perfecting their jokes. And you know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
yeah. It's not really about the money. It seems like it's about like the opportunities that it opens to, the growth that it goes to, especially when you're in a place where there's a bunch of other people doing stuff like that. It's cool to see that you're on that track. That is a cool thing to see. And it's cool to see that like when you do come the fluff PA, as I now refer to it as, like you're getting like these like headliner spots. I see you're going to be a White Swan. I'm like, very nice. I may actually try to pop through for that one.
You should come through. I plan on. So like I know I've seen pictures. And you know what's funny? Like I've seen pictures, and I know it's gonna be an all white crowd. But like my jokes is it's funny. Like I've talked about white people a lot, but it's funny, and I think I'm confident I'm gonna do a very good job. I got Charles Boehner's on that joint, you know.
Yeah, I saw.
So you know he's a
Dunbar's on there.
Brandon Dunbar's on. So we're gonna have fun, man. You should come through. You know, if you come through, probably get a spot. You know that.
Yeah. When is it again?
19th, February 19th.
Yeah, I should be around. I may actually come through for that one. Yeah, that was a cool spot. White Swan's a cool spot. Shout out to Joey.
Yeah.
So stuff. Speaking of stand-up, man, I don't know if you saw this. We're seeing a lot of other people dive into stand-up where you're talking about these hundreds of comics and all that. There's people out there making it 101 comics. I'm referring to T.I. T.I., the rapper, has ventured into stand-up comedy. There's been a viral clip going on of him trying stand-up. And I don't know if you were able to take a look at this.
Yeah, I seen it.
You know what? I was gonna say shout out to T.I.
Yeah.
Shout out to T.I. sort of thing. That's like I have mixed reviews or like mixed opinions on like people like diving into stand-up whenever they're known for doing something else. But I give them credit because it's not like he went to a show and was like, I'm just gonna do it. It looked like he just went to an open mic, like how someone first starting stand-up would do. So I kind of like seeing that.
So when I first started comedy, I would be like super protective, like no one should be doing comedy. But now I'm in a space where it's like, go ahead, have fun. It's probably on his bucket list. Like he's not gonna take anything away from what I'm doing. Like nobody's booking T.I. to do Carolines. You know what I mean? So it's like,
don't speak too soon, bro. Don't speak too soon. You get bumped at the White Swan by T.I.
This is egregious. These are big words.
Your like, song was Rubber Band Man. Like, damn, I had this all set up and everything.
No, I don't feel any like good for him. Whatever. Honestly, that was the first piece of T.I. content I've watched since all the allegations of him touching, or not touching, but like him and his wife like drugging chicks and stuff came out.
What? That did happen. Yeah, there's so many allegations I forget sometimes. That's a swift way to like dodge allegations. Like, oh, they're saying all this crazy stuff. Let me try some stand up real quick.
Yeah, that was the first time I watched the T.I. clip in a while.
Oh man, I watched the clip. It was only like 30 seconds. He was talking about relationships and speaking with, I think he was saying like something about like infidelity and men and women. It was like traditional like stand up stuff.
Yeah.
Credit to him. Go for it. I always wonder though, in general, I mean, how do you feel about this? Of when people from different professions, like we'll take like a Brendan Schwab, for example, UFC fighter, who is now a stand-up comic, like a known established stand-up comedian. Do you see it as they're using their leverage of them being known in a different field to get better opportunities within stand-up? Or do you see it as like, oh, they're coming in from a different field and almost paying respect to stand-up comedy? Or is there somewhere in the middle?
For me, it's just about how they use it. Like, if anybody that puts the work in to be a good comedian, shout out to them. But if you're literally just like, yo, I can go get a bag because I'm popular, but then you go do 30 minutes, you headline somewhere 30 minutes and you bomb or something like that. It's just like, well, what are you doing? You should. But if you're going from the roots, like you go into spots that open mics, small shows, and you're working on the craft, shout out to you. You know what I mean? Like this, like I'm telling you, but at first I was very like protective of it, like it was mine. Like I don't want any, like when Will Smith did it, I was like, he shouldn't be doing stand up. Like he's Will Smith. He's already, but like
I'm so stand up.
So he did it. He did it. Yeah.
Oh,
good. He did one. He did one. But it was like I'm so comfortable in my ability and where I'm at. I'm not, that doesn't affect me. It's like, cool, good for you, bro. I mean, I know you ain't better than me. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, I think at a certain point when you've been doing it for a while, you see stand up almost like movies. There's an
Right.
infinite amount there. There's like there's going to be a lot of great movies out there, and there's enough room for things to be recognized, like multiple things to be recognized, and it's not just going to be one thing. So after a while, I could see like after doing it for a few years how you could have that mindset. That's how I feel with it. I'm just like, oh yeah, sure. I recognize if I'm doing something, that doesn't mean that if Will Smith does it, it's going to take away from what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think that that's very insecure of one to be like, oh man, why they're doing something I'm doing? Like, dude, Ti is in Atlanta. We're up here. It has no bearing on what I'm doing. Good if Ti gets the headline clubs, more black headliners, great for us. Like I don't know, like it's not hurting me by him doing that. Like
I love that there's like a podcast duo in Atlanta right now talking the opposite right now. Like, can you believe this bullshit Ti is doing right now?
He's taking all the good spots at Uptown Comedy Theater.
I got bumped at the tickle bone.
And then look, we rap all the time. Ti's not mad at us for rapping.
He better not.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it is what it is, man. Like, man, it's so crazy to think. Like, I remember being on this podcast 2 years ago, maybe, and being like, they shouldn't do that. That's whack.
You did not sound like that. I haven't listened to old episodes, but you did not sound like that, bro.
Like, what a lame.
You know what? So I gotta turn my message off. Whenever I'm recording, I gotta put non-dip noises on my phone. Oh my goodness, Dip's hitting me up, sort of thing like that.
It's all right, man. You gotta,
you know. So they talk about the idea of like people going into different professions. That's how I feel about battle rap. There's times where I'm like, damn, like I almost want to like, I wonder what it'd be like just commit a whole month, maybe 2 months, just to something else, just to step out of comfort zone. My interest has been in rhyme writing since New Year. Like comedy is great. I still write down little things here and there, and but I'm finding, especially because I've been like staying inside for like the last month, and I've been watching a lot of URL stuff. I'm like, all right, I'm having an interest in that. Can you see me doing that? Can you see me like
sure,
off into the battle rap
easy? I know you got bars. I know you have a love for battle rap. That's like the two things you need to be a battle rapper.
A gun.
Yeah, I can see that. Shout out to, I don't know if you know Reggie Edwards.
Reggie Edwards
is a comedian out of St. Louis, now lives in New York. He's also a battle rapper.
What?
Like,
ooh.
Yeah. You should. Yeah, he's a cool dude. You know what I mean? You should check him out. But he just released a rap album. I think it was a rap comedy album.
Oh my God, this guy's living a dream.
So like, yeah, you can do both. Like, because you already have the wittiness because you're a comedian. You have the bars. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, honestly, you might want to venture. You might want to try it out, man. Like for real. Like,
let me break a little 2-piece bar off for streets. I'm in your top 2. Shorty got that big old butt. I get top 2. That's just a nice little thing that I was thinking about yesterday, and I feel like I can elaborate further and maybe, accumulate that into like a little battle rap.
Really, see, listen, you got it, man.
Shorty got that big old butt. I get top 2. I mean, that's a nice little rhyme right there. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And listen, I know you can rap, bro. I've seen you rap. I remember we did that Megan show at Punchline when I had to write for you, and it was like, and the last thing I wrote was like, I'm about to spit some bars, and you had to rap. You literally rapped like on the spot, and it was dope. Like that's just
yeah. That was a nice opportunity. Opportunity, man. So yeah, man, Ti, we're gunning for you. Not literally. So you get in our lane. We're gonna open some space for you. Get in our lane. Hopefully, you open some space so we can get in your lane. Because we got some bars, and we know you got some jokes.
Yeah, Ti's having I mean, I don't remember what happened like after my first time doing comedy or like that, what that first week was like, but he's probably having a fun week. You know what I mean? How's your week been going?
Oh man, this conversation made me forget about my week for a second. Yo, this week's been kind of wild, bro. I don't think I've messaged you this week at all. In terms of like, so, all right. So Sunday I started having like a little bit of a cramp on my side, like a little bit of a cramp. And seemingly kind of intensified Monday and into Tuesday. I thought it was like because I've had a UTI before. And I was like, oh, it's probably like a UTI situation. I go to urgent care. Like it gets to that point where I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to urgent care. Mind you, I'm doing the trip to San Diego Wednesday, a few days from now.
Yeah.
So like my whole strategy coming up to San Diego was like avoid everything, keep the bubble small, let alone don't go to urgent care. Go to urgent care. They give me some antibiotic, and then it intensifies at night. Now, if you rewind Proper Ebonics episode probably 59 or so, there's a discovery that Kirk had kidney stones. So Tuesday night, the cramp is intensifying. And then I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I have kidney stones. What if this is one of those? Have you heard about kidney stones?
I've heard, and I heard like it's hard to pee or something like that.
They say it's the most painful experience. Everyone always like says it's worse than childbirth.
Yeah.
So in my head, Tuesday, this is intensifying. I remember the kidney stones and I start freaking out. Not freaking out a little bit. I panic. Like I'm like shaking a little bit. I'm speaking with my mom who's had kidney stones, a nurse friend who's also had kidney stones. And they both advised the sensation that I was having that like perhaps it's something worth going to the ER for if it gets worse. So in my head, I'm like, I drive over to the ER. I don't go in. I drive over just like, all right, if this gets bad, because it's like an acute thing. It's like you feel a little bit, then it's like boom. Like when it goes down, it's like a tube and then it like blocks the urine and all that stuff. So I'm like, peace of mind wise, just knowing that I'm near the ER instead of alone in my apartment. At this point, no joke, bro. Like I'm literally like, I was a little embarrassed. Like I was like, while texting my mom and all that stuff, like I was like shaking. I was like, just the idea of like this happening got me scared. I ended up going to the ER. Went in. So let alone dodging urgent care. And now I'm trying to dodge the ER, but I'm in the ER now. They do a bunch of tests and all that stuff. And long story short, it turns out it wasn't a kidney stone. And it was a relief. I actually had to go to my urologist. They did a bunch of scans and all that stuff. This is the crazy part. So I go to my urologist. When they discovered kidney stones 2 years ago, they saw that there's 3 on my right kidney and 1 in my left kidney. According to this CAT scan, I no longer have kidney stones in my right kidney, indicating I passed 3 kidney stones without realizing it, which apparently is common. Because it was like a 3 millimeter one, which is kind of like it's like a standard kidney stone, but she was saying like that does happen because we no longer see them there. However, you have 1 millimeter one in your left now. So the idea that if you're a listener that struggles with kidney stones, there's possibility that you could pass them without even realizing it. Which still is bonkers to me.
So was that the pain you're having, that one in there?
No, so that's still, they don't really know. They're still waiting for a few like results for like they did blood work, everything was fine and all that stuff. They did a urine sample at the urgent care and ER, and then the urologist. Everything checks out. They actually had some nice things to say about my urine, which is kind of cool to hear. Like both urgent care and ER would be like, wow, this is nice. I was like, that's my
pretty clear
point. Yeah,
nice and heavy.
Yeah, really. It was like it was pretty clear. So that's a relief. So still having it somewhat, but I think a lot of it was psychological as well. Like I not to dismiss, like it definitely was there, still is there to an extent, but just the idea of like, oh, at any point you could be in severe pain, let alone if you're going to be on a plane next week, you could be in severe pain.
Yeah.
And I found that just put me in a panic. And I would say since childhood, this is one of the first times in a long time that I dealt with just fear.
Yeah.
Like anxiety is one thing, but like straight up, like fear, like I'm frightened right now. So that was kind of a trip. Yeah.
Good thing you were able to talk to your mom though. That can always calm me down a little bit.
My mom was hyping it up a little bit. I don't know, man.
You're like, oh my God, Kirk, you're going to die.
My mom was on some like, I don't know, Kirk, like you should consider going to the ER. It's like, all right.
That's so good.
Yeah, she was so it's reassuring touch base with Mom Dukes and all that stuff, but she was definitely like, well, it sounds like when I had it. And I was like,
Yeah, like,
so but yeah, shout out to my mom and all that stuff. She means well. It was the nurse friend too that I was like, all right, well, you have a clinical background in this. So and
they were like,
she
it's not looking good for it's not looking good, Kirk.
yeah, man. So that was frightening, man. I kind of want to like it made me dive this whole week. The topic of the week has been kidney stones in my head. So I've been deep diving into kidney stone culture, and yeah, it's kind of a wild world, bro.
Yeah, man. Sorry you got to go through that, man. I couldn't imagine, man. Peeing
Yeah,
out kidney stones.
yeah. Apparently, I did it 3 times. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of just chilling now. I mean, I'm luckily not really feeling off or anything like that. After they say
Do
don't
you
go into the
feel?
ER.
You just your side, your abdomen feel okay?
Yeah, it's like it's there. It's more of like a discomfort. Producer Pat suggests that Kirk has a rugged urethra. Thanks, man. Big tubes. So yeah, it's more of a discomfort than a pain. Like if you ask me, like, what is it on a scale of 1 to 10? I would say like it's a 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was intensifying, I was like, Urgh.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I did. I went Urgh. The whole drive. I was like, Urgh.
Damn.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I hope it's all is well and you don't have any pain or issues when you're in San Diego, man. You need to just be enjoying that weather.
bro. Yeah, bro. If real quick, let's get some goals. So my goal for this one, obviously I got the San Diego trip coming up. Met the goal. I'm going to be on a show. Shout out to Cash Comedy. We're going to do that in Little Italy on the 26th. My goal for this trip, there's going to be a lot of cool things out there, I'm sure. I'd like to see a whale.
Oh.
I'd like to see a whale. I've never seen a whale up close, and the idea of it kind of brings a tear to my eye. The idea of like being that close to a whale. So my plan, there's apparently this thing out there where you could kayak. It's with people. I'm not kayaking on my own. You kayak 2 miles out into a certain part. I think it's like in La Jolla, perhaps. And it's like where the gray whales come. Apparently, a lot of them swim out in the winter towards the San Diego border. I don't know if the tsunami has an effect or not. We'll see. But yeah, I would like to see a gray whale in person. And, if I shed a tear, I shed a tear. But just the idea of it sounds very majestic to me.
I don't know how I feel kayaking near whales.
Yeah, that part seems wild. Like,
I don't. Is that these aren't killer whales, right? These are
no. I mean, I guess it depends on what they do, but no. Traditionally speaking, no, they're not killer whales. They're like gray whales. So I don't know the dynamic of the interactions with humans. I'm just going to trust the guide and know that it's hundreds of people that do this every time. It's just like there's probably some sort of borders. I don't know. I'm kind of just going into it.
I wish there was a boat involved, like some kind of big boat.
I want to be in it. And kayak is kind of nice too. So be in it. Maybe mess around, touch a sea lion, sort of thing like that. Are kind of cool. I'm getting thinking about it.
That's a cool goal to go see some whales. Cool goal, but
I want to see some whales.
Dog, I'm like, it's the kayak for me. That's the kayak for me. It's giving me anxiety right now. Like, I like kayaking. Don't get me wrong. Like, I kayak every year in the summertime. I always go kayak. I love it, right? But the kayak in the ocean around whales? Like, what if he think you is food? Your little boat.
Man, there's a lot of terrible ways to go out. If I go out by being eaten by a whale, not the worst way. Not the worst way. Not preferred, perhaps, but beats kidney stones.
It'll spit you out like, he has kidney stones.
I become a kidney stone for a gray whale.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know, man. Okay, I need to see pictures. I need to see video. The people need to see it.
Too teary. I may get too teary. I may be too in the moment to whip my phone out. But I'm gonna attempt. If I see a gray whale, first whale I'm gonna see and be like, "Yo, what's up?" and chat it up a little bit. Second whale I see, I'm gonna whip the phone out.
Yeah, for sure. Don't be one of those people that the whole time just like, we're out here in the water. We're
really outside right now.
Out here, like
it's like when you go to a wedding and then you see everyone whip their phone out, and then you have the photographer who's paid to like take the photos. It's just all the shots are people with their iPhones out. So I'll try to avoid being one of those people.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'll give you my goal. My goal is a goal that we discussed before we went live. I think it's a good goal to let the people know about so that people can get in contact with us. New goal, Proper Ebonics TikTok page. That's the goal. Get that up and running. So when this episode drops, TikTok page should be up. All you got to do is search Proper Ebonics. You will find it. Me and Kirk got some ideas about some content things we want to do.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be different than any other social media things you've seen from us because it's TikTok, So we're going to.
Al and I were going to do some nice choreographed dances for everyone to see. If you want to see us do some of those, I just love that. I think we talk about this time. Every time you see one of those TikToks, because I don't use TikTok, I always see it from like Reddit. Sometimes the subreddit pornography, I'll see some TikToks from there. I'm like, all right, that's what's up. And I'll see it from like the Instagram, and it's always very much like you see someone set up the phone, they do like 3 steps back, and it's like, and their husband walks past or anything like that. So we're gonna like try to emulate some of that for the people, or maybe we have some other content stirred up. But definitely check us out on that. We're gonna get it popping.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm not saying I got in hot water, but like people are like, I don't care about it at all. But people are like, there's some people that are upset with me about something I posted. A reel, I put it on TikTok and it's on Instagram, but the people are like coming on my Instagram like completely disagreeing with me. It was a video I made. Have you seen the video of me dancing like with a baby in the background?
Yes, I did. And I could see why people comment.
So I was making fun of, because it was one viral video that went viral. This girl just had a baby. The baby was like in the NICU, and she's like, the baby's like behind her. She's like doing dance moves, like telling us about her baby's sickness, but like also showing us dance moves. She's like, "Oh, baby's sick, but you see these moves?" I'm just like, your baby's about to die. Like, what are you doing? Like, it was sad. She was saying that the baby's okay, but it was still like, it's just, I thought it was weird, so I made fun of it. So I made a video like, my baby was born with no heartbeat, born with no brain, but you see these dance moves? Right? So
this makes me sad. I
got over 100,000 views on this.
All right.
And like people are like commenting like, this is so wrong. You don't know what she's going through.
They're dancing while commenting.
Some people mourn differently. And I'm just like, I don't care what y'all think. This was hilarious. I got over 100,000 views, 1,000 likes. Like, this was good content. I laugh at it every day someone comments. Like, it's hilarious to me. And I had one comedian, right? Shout out to comedian T. Murph, right? He's a comedian out of Chicago. He was on Netflix. Nice. I think it was called Woke. Was it Woke? Show with one of the guys from Workaholics. But he commented, he was like, because I said, this is how TikTok moms be. He commented, was like, you mean white moms, right? Yeah. So now every white mom comes and tags T. Murphy. They're like, you're being racist. I've never seen a white mom do this. I've seen black moms do worse though.
Oh God.
This is not how you combat racism, by being racist.
I love the idea of people dancing while commenting. That's just why I picture TikTok to be just a place where people are doing manufactured robotic dances. So I'm grateful that you're integrating me into this world. Yeah. Curious, see, I got some dance moves, so we'll see with that. But I wanted to touch base with you this. Speaking of apps and all that, have you heard of Replica?
No.
So Replica is an app that I believe was developed around like 2017. At first, I thought it was during the pandemic, but it was before. It's become more popular though, because the idea of it is that it's a replica, like replicating a friendship or a relationship. So it's pretty much you sign up. I think you pay a certain fee, and this app will create pretty much a robot, an AI that is designed to. Producer Pat says like Her, the movie, yeah, a little bit like that, where you could set it to be a romantic relationship, you could set it to be a friendship. And I think it gained popularity while everyone was isolated because you couldn't really see as many people. However, with this, apparently there's been a trend going on where people have been setting the settings to romantic relationship and then have been abusing the AI, like emotionally abusing, like within the relationship, and then bragging about it on one of the known subreddits. And that's become a bit of a trend. Now, here's the argument that people are saying. One, we at PE, we don't condone that sort of thing. That's in terms of abusive relationships and all that. Some people are saying that it's obviously bad if you're practicing that. It's not good for your mental health to practice these abusive tactics. On the other hand, some people are saying that if you have this within you, it's good to utilize it against a robot versus a real human, and that this could be an outlet for that. And I'm curious about that sort of discussion. What are your takes on it?
People just need to seek help. I feel like if you have that in you, I just think you need to seek help.
Yeah.
I don't think that the help is, do those things.
Right.
That's not going to be like, well, I got it out on that robot. Now I don't got to take it out on a person. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you are a emotionally aggressive person and you can't control your anger emotions and you, I don't know, punch walls, punching that wall isn't going to stop you from punching a person. You need to learn how to handle that. That way you're not punching anything.
Now, what if it's the idea? And first, I want to say I agree. I feel like if you have a lot of that in you, one of the better routes to be is get, I guess, traditional help. However, I would say like the punching example, like if you have this level of aggression in you, and a lot of times people will elect to do physical exercise or hit a punching bag to use that as an outlet to get that out. I guess it's a matter of like, what do you do if you have something like that in you? If you have these urges, what is the best way to get rid of that without harming yourself or others? And some people are saying with Replica, this is a better way to go about it.
Meditate. Drink some hot tea and relax. I don't think practicing negative things onto fake things is the way to fix the issue. Like it doesn't make it. It's not like when you see a regular person, you're like, well, I got that out on the app, so I'll be good with this person. No, you're just gonna you still had that in you. You still have the urge and the need to do those things. You know what I mean? So like for instance, like boxers, like Mike Tyson knocks people out for a living, and he was doing great at it, but he still beat up his wife. So it's like, he was getting it out there, but he didn't learn how to handle things in his head. So he's getting it out everywhere. It's not like, well, I got it out here. You're fine, baby. Like, no, it's like, it's knocking you out.
I think this is a very real thing too. Like if you're using something like that as an outlet, I think there could be the opposite side of it too, where that further encourages the mind to be wired like that, of like, this is how I'm able to express that aggression. And if I don't have that robot, or if I don't have that punching bag, then I'm still wired to do that. And that's when it comes into relationships and friendships and to self of showing that. So yeah, I think that is a case of rewiring, which takes a lot more work, I would imagine, but probably more beneficial.
Yeah, but it's not the move to be like, all right, I have these toxic traits, let me just take it out here. No, you gotta handle that. You gotta handle that. And if anybody knows, it's me. You know what I mean? Like,
what does that mean? Yeah. What does that mean?
I'm the wall puncher. Like, that's me. Like
I don't see that.
I've been in so many like physical altercations in my life. Not because I want to, just because like that's just where I'm at. It's just where my head will be. Like I just be like, I don't know how to handle this. Take these fists. You know what I mean? Like I don't. For instance, I showed up to record a podcast with a broken hand.
I was about to say, rewind to Proper Ebonics episode 8. Alan breaks his hand on racists.
So like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have been able to be like, yo, you obviously have issues, bro. I'm going to go to work. No, like I went outside the store and waited for him to come outside. Like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have walked. I know that I was wrong. But in the moment, it's like, this is how I handle my emotion. You know what I mean? So I haven't punched anybody since. I worked on that. I haven't punched a wall since. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's not the way, bro. Like, it's not the way. And I that's why I brought the wall thing up, because that was the first thing I could think about, because that was me, and
I don't think I've ever punched a wall. I think I punched a desk. I think like I've been like Yeah, I feel like every time, like if I were to like try to punch a wall, I'd be like, like fuck, this hurts. I don't, but no,
Yeah.
I'm being a goody two shoes. I've definitely like out of aggression, I've kicked a trash can. I remember one time being like in a teenager, I was in a dispute with my mom, and it was something about eggs. I don't remember the full detail, but it was something about eggs on the phone. And I remember like ending the conversation and kicking a cabinet, and then she coming back home and be like, "Did you kick the cabinet because of the egg situation?"
I said I want scrambled.
Yeah, damn, I forgot all the details of that. I wasn't like a kid either. I was probably like 19. So I was probably going through something else too. Probably it's always deeper than eggs, people. It's always
Yeah.
deeper than eggs. Um, yeah, so it's good to be able to rewire and grow and such. We're still growing and all that. So if you're a wall puncher and all that, keep in mind, there's hope. Whether you
Yeah.
start a podcast, whether you join Replica, there's hope for you.
Yeah.
Leave those walls alone.
You gotta address the issues at hand, man. And that's something that I've been trying to tell my dad, yo. Like my dad, I vividly realize this is the more I get, the older I get, the more I get. The older I get, the more I talk to him.
I like that
Right?
saying.
Like
The more I get, it's just a way of saying I'm getting older. The more I'm getting, I'm gonna start using that.
the more I get in these years. So my dad, right? My dad has been I don't know if I told you, my dad's been a bodyguard. My dad's been Will Smith's bodyguard. My dad has been a bouncer at clubs. My dad is a very aggressive, angry kind of person. He's been in a million fights. Like, it's just my dad. You know what I mean? And I realized that I talked to him the other day and I was like, damn, dog, like, he definitely need to like talk to somebody. You know what I mean? Like and it's just how he was raised. Like my grandfather was like tough as nails. You got to be tough. Ain't no emotion. You got to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I'm not knocking my dad, but that's just how. That's what he knows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but me, that's and my brother. My brother's worse off than me, but like that's just what we knew. So like, but now it's like, yo, I got daughters. I got all these things in life now that I can't just be hot headed. Like I gotta learn how to fix these things. I just can't be like so crazy. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like it's just hard to
No,
like.
for whatever reason, I'm envisioning your father being Butterbean. I know the chances are very unlikely, but
Look, no bullshit. My dad looks like a little bit smaller version of Butterbean. He's bald head, like kind of like the same complexion. I'm dead serious. He looked like Mr. Clean mixed with Vin Diesel. That's what my dad looks like. Like, picture that. He's like real light skinned, bald head, like clean shaved. He's like 280 pounds, like dude, like you know what I mean. Oh, another thing about this is why I was talking to my dad, yo, because this is why a very 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 sad day in my millennial life happened this week. My dad kicked me off the family plan.
What?
Kicked me off the family plan, dog.
Some bullshit.
Dog, like I was just trying, like I made a decision. I am going to get an iPhone. I've had Android since 16, 17. I've had iPhones too, but like for work. So like when I was working certain jobs, they would give me an iPhone for the job. So like
Yeah,
I've had
Apple burner.
iPhones.
Yeah.
I've had them before, but like I want to get an iPhone for two reasons: for the storage space and for the quality of the uploading videos and pictures to social media. Because Androids have this thing where it's like some glitch they have with all social media where once you upload something to Instagram, it's like a little blurry. It's not as clear as the actual pictures are in the actual videos. So I want to get the iPhone simply for content, and that's it. So it was all about content, more space to like. I'm always deleting videos up my phone. I'm always like trying to get space on my memory cards. Like that's why I'm gonna get an iPhone. So that's why I was talking to my dad about. So like,
I may make the switch too. I'm due for a new one, and I'm thinking like maybe it's in terms of like videos and all that. It's definitely tends to be better on Apple. I guess I just have a Android loyalty. But for what reasons though? They're both material items. So what does it really matter?
Yeah. And it's like I don't know. I just feel like it's time. Like I've had Android for long enough, and the reasons like I used to love my Android because I had all these apps. Like I had like the Photoshop apps, I can Photoshop things, and I had this app, but I'm no longer doing those things. You know what I mean? Like I no longer have those apps or use those apps. So it's just kind of like let me just make this change, man. If it don't work, I'll just when the contract thing when I'm done paying it off, I'll just get back to Android or whatever. You know what I mean? But like that's it.
Well, I wish you luck with that, man. I'll let you know if I end up getting that too. Before we dip out and all that stuff on this beautiful Saturday, let's get some prop suggestions.
So I don't know if I mentioned this before, but if I did, so what? Because it's great. You guys got to check out Abbott Elementary.
What's it called?
Abbott Elementary is a new sitcom by Quinta Brunson.
Okay.
Quinta is she's an actress. She is the executive producer of the show, the star of the show. It's on ABC. It's a comedy about the Philadelphia school system.
Oh.
So she's like a teacher in an elementary school in Philadelphia. She's from Philadelphia. And she man, it's a really good comedy. What's the star of Everybody Hates Chris? What's that kid's name? Is it
oh, yeah, I know what you're talking. I don't what's
his name? I feel bad.
You got this, man.
Everybody hates Chris.
Says Chris. That's funny.
No, but look, the show, right? I think you can find it on. I think it's on Hulu. If it's on Hulu, it comes on ABC every Tuesday night, so you can watch it live, or you can I have on demand, so I just on demand it or whatever on my cable. You know what I'm saying? Tyler James Williams, that's his name. Yeah, he's in it. It's a really, really funny show, bro. It's really good. It's network sitcom too. So it's not it's kind of sometimes people think network sitcom watered down. No, this is good. You can tell they wrote it. The last episode I just watched, it's they're on episode 4, and I was watching last night, and she was in the class teaching her elementary school students Philadelphia words. So they was on the board they had John, Bull, old head, and it was cool for me, to
see
to see that because it's I'm from there. You know what I mean? I went to Philadelphia Public School, elementary school. It was they talk about how the schools are underfunded, but it's hilarious. The teacher is the teacher is the principal. Her principal name is in real life her name is Janelle James. She just dropped a special on Netflix. She did one of the remember the Netflix specials? It was 6 people dropped specials. She was one of the 6 people. She's in the show. It's a really good show, bro.
What's it called again?
It's called Abbott Elementary. ABBOTT. Abbott Elementary. It's really good. You should check it out.
I like the last show you recommended, so I'll definitely check this out.
It's really good.
Nice. I've been watching Sex and the City recently. Yeah, it turns out not a bad show. I'm 2 seasons in. My prop suggestion, along with Sex and the City, seriously, check it out. Is your boy loves Uno. Nothing gets me more happy than playing a good game of Uno, whether it be strangers, with a friend, family member. Gets my spirits up. I found an alternative to Uno. It's called Swappo. Swappo, bro. It's a game. It's a card game. It's not traditional cards. You have a deck of cards, and it's like Uno on steroids. Uno, it's very much the mission to get rid of all of your cards. Swappo, it's very similar to that, but there's 4 different columns and layers of rules that you're doing, especially if you're working with more than one person. I'm not going to try to describe the rules of it because it's going to be complicated. It's one of those things you have to see it. But if you're into numbers games and color coding and such, less so color coding, I highly recommend giving Swappo a shot. And, give it some months when everything clears up and people are able to see me in person and all that. I may have a deck of Swappo in my back pocket and, maybe I'll play some out there.
So what's the difference between Swappo and Uno?
There's more to it. It's pretty much you have a deck of cards of 30, for example. You could set it to whatever amount. You have a deck of 30 and you're supposed to get rid of those. And there's layers of cards, 4 of them. I'm not going to be able to describe it from here. It's going to be a complicated thing, but it's more, you have to kind of strategize while playing it in advance. There has to be some level of foresight with it. I've only played it one-on-one, but you could play it with multiple people, 4, which sounds like chaos, but that's the best way to describe it. Uno on steroids, just a little bit more chaotic and strategy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, highly recommend.
Swappo. Well, how'd you hear about this?
Oh no, the Dip. Yeah, the Dip's like, you want to play some Swappo while Sex and the City is on? I was like, okay, and yeah, that's how I got through 2 seasons of Sex and the City. Shout out to Charlotte. So yeah, man, I was like,
This nigga over there playing Swappo, watching Second and the City, eating avocado toast, man.
almost, yeah. No, really, but they be talking about some like real social issues on there and like relationship stuff, and like it's just interesting. You ever watch that show?
Never, and nothing about it appealed to me. Like I
Bro,
didn't.
a lot of stuff that we talk about, they talk about it too.
Yeah.
From the female perspective and all that. Granted, it's very much like a little bit of like an elitist perspective because they're all like mid-30s, well-off women in Manhattan in late 90s, 2000s. So we're hearing it from that. And you hear from some of the dialogue, which I don't even know if it's intentional a lot, like some of their elitist attitudes and like kind of like there's a little bit of ageism and job discrimination that they don't even acknowledge of like, oh, that's like a thing that you're doing. It's just like a part of the show that you just kind of have to like pick up on as a viewer. I don't know if that changes throughout the thing, but yeah, for some interesting dialogue and some captivating scenes, check that show out. I mean, give it 2 episodes.
So do I have to watch
the in 1 episode too?
Do I have to watch the old Sex and the City to watch this new one?
I'd say so, because I watched the new one first, and I was all right, that's what's up. And then we started the original series, and the original I found it to be better. Okay. It gives more context, and plus Samantha's in it. Samantha's not in a new one. If you want some Samantha, you got to go into season 1. Samantha, man, she's one of my favorite characters, and I feel like she goes through a lot of the most tragic moments.
Yeah,
I feel like she's very much like jovial within the group, and she's very much like commenting on everyone else's stuff. But then when you see the stuff that she goes through, it almost feels more sad.
Okay, where's it at? Was it HBO?
HBO Max. Okay. Damn, I didn't realize how much I like this show. Yeah, shout out to Sex and City.
All right, I might check it out, man, because I've seen people talking about it online and stuff like that. But I just was like, 4 white women in New York, this has no appeal to me.
Give it a shot.
I'll check it out. All
right, man. Yeah, man. You do anything for the rest of the weekend? You got anything lined up?
No, I'm chilling. I'm chilling like a villain. I ain't doing nothing. Like I said, the day you go to San Diego, the day after, I'm going to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico.
Oh wow!
So I'm just chilling until then too. I don't want to I was running the streets a little bit last week, but I don't want I want to just chill, lay low until I leave. So
I may paddle out to Mexico on kayak. I may hop on a whale, come see you out there. I may cross the border that way. I thought that was you about to do some excitement, like woo. I
almost fell out the chair.
Oh goodness! Well, I'm glad you didn't, but also it would have been kind of great if you did. Well, thanks for listening. We'll be in the building. Proper Ebonics. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And yeah, we'll catch you next time. Be easy. Peace. Yeah, my eyebrows looking great.